Joining us today for Get Cooking is Tiffany Lein from the La Crosse County Health Department. She's here today to talk to us about the health benefits of leeks. And a lot of people may not even know what they are, don't cook with them very often. But here's a regular green onion. Okay, and then here is a leek in comparison, about the size difference.
So you can see they're very color as far as they're similar in shape. It's just the size that really makes the difference. So if you're sending somebody out who doesn't know what leeks are to the grocery store, usually I say, you know, if you know what green onions are like, just look for something like that, but about 10 times the size.
Okay, now what do you look for when you're picking out fresh ones? What should you look for?
Similar to what you look for with a green onion, you want something that has a nice crisp top, like you can see right here. If you get one that's really wilty, that means it's probably been out there a little bit too long.
What about health benefits?
Leeks are going to give you vitamins A, C, and folate, and they're pretty low in calorie like most vegetables are.
Okay, but can add a lot of flavor. When it comes to preparation, though, some things you should keep in mind. You have one here that you kind of cut open for us. So when you're preparing them, what should you do?
So like you can see what we've here, this is the way leeks come, and we went ahead and cut it lengthwise. And we do that because that way you can wash between the layers. As you can see, that gets pretty sandy, and that's just because of the way leeks grow. That's nothing the farmer did wrong. Just basically on the principles of how leeks grow, you want to make sure to wash in between those layers.
And I noticed you normally do cut off this bulb end too, correct?
And like green onions, the part you'll actually use is this white end and about halfway to 3/4 up. Once you get to these tops, they're going to be very woody, so they do best in soups and stews and stocks, but not necessarily in your recipes.
To eat those portions. Okay, and then as far as how long do they keep, or the best way to store them at home?
Usually we store them in the crisper drawer of the refrigerator. I like to keep them in a plastic bag because they are very fragrant, so that way, your fridge,
whole fridge will smell like leeks, that's for sure. Well, here's a look at today's recipe. It's a roasted leek and veggie pita pizza recipe. Go over it just very quickly how you made it.
So what we did is we roasted our vegetables ahead of time. This one features leeks, but you can also see we used peppers, zucchini, and carrots in here. Whatever vegetables you have in the fridge, we go ahead and roast those first. And then we got a pre-made pita crust, and then we put a little bit of sauce and cheese on top, and then the roasted vegetables. Stick that back in the oven for another 10 minutes, and you're set to go.
Very good, Tiffany. Thanks so much for joining us today. For that recipe, you can always go to getactivelacrosse.org. And stay with us, back in just a moment.